Shefsky here, and welcome to Fantasy House. It's MTV Cribs in an unlimited Rick and Morty style universe. Every episode, I have a different special guest, and they walk us through their surreal, imaginary fantasy house. And we just have a blast with them. They paint the picture, and we enjoy the picture. We eat it up. We gobble it up. This episode is brought to you by me, Jon Shefsky, your Southern California realtor. If you wanted to talk about houses and real estate and all that fun stuff, dude, it would be my pleasure. So hit me up at fantasyhousepodcast@gmail.com. My guest today is the amazing, hilarious Ian Edwards. Ian is a treat to get to be. Ian's a busy dude. He's a badass comic, and we're blessed that he makes the time to come do podcasts. He was on my old podcast, Crime, and he was just a great guest on there. He's hilarious. He's got a special coming out. It's going to be out on Comedy. Is it on Comedy Central? It's on. It's going to be on Comedy Central. It's all things comedy. Bill Burr's producing it, and he's been working his butt off forever. This is his first special. He's been doing comedy forever, so this is like a really exciting thing. So I'm very proud of him. Very excited for what's to come, and this episode is just great, man. So check him out at ianedwardscomic.com and enjoy this episode. Give us a 5-star review if you enjoy it. And in the words of the great Angelo Bowers, let us do this!
Won't you take a walk around the tour of your fantasy house? You're the hostess with the mostest curious in your fantasy house. You don't need money for expensive construction. The only limit is your imagination.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in Saudi Arabia right now, but
What happened?
the everything just wasn't right, and I'd just come back from Atlanta, and I want to do the gig, but everything wasn't right. Like a lot of things kept on changing, and I was like, it's a lot to not know if you're going somewhere that far in a day or two.
Yeah.
When you don't have your ticket and all that stuff yet. And you still have to prepare a 45-minute set for a show. You don't know if you should do it or not.
Yeah.
And because you can't just do what you normally do here.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I'll do it another time. I'm not gonna go now. So short, so last minute, and it's a little disorganized.
What do you have to prepare special for your set? I've never been there before.
I probably can't curse, can't talk about sex and anything. Probably, I don't really have anything political that they'd probably be against.
Yeah. But,
you just want to make sure that you come back. Okay? How about that? That's very important to me.
Any trip to Saudi Arabia you come back from was a good one. It's a good gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I ever think of, I love all I ever think about with Saudi Arabia is like, if I fuck up there, they will cut my hand off. Right? I'm scared.
My case, my tongue.
Yeah, they do like the literal punishments.
Yeah.
They're into biblical punishments.
Then I'm ass out. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I can't co-sign that because I might have to go there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And still eventually do the gig. And they're like, hey, man, we heard you agreeing with this.
Dude, I'd be happy if someone in Saudi Arabia listened to Fantasy House.
You'd be. I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Bad for me, bro.
No, they'd be just as mad at me, but I'd stay over here.
Yeah.
I'd dance around Saudi Arabia. I'd go to Jordan. I go to Israel. I go to a couple countries where they will let me do whatever. And then so besides going to Saudi Arabia, what else is going on? I know you recorded your special.
Yeah, and it's coming out. There's going to be a trailer for it tomorrow. Just saw it today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And they're going to put billboards. It's coming out July 12th on Comedy Central at midnight, which is technically July 13th, but July 12th at midnight, which is technically July 13th on Comedy Central. And it's going to be available on their app and at their website and video on demand and all that stuff.
So rad.
And it's called Ian Talk, and it's Bill Burr Presents. Yeah.
That's so bad. I love that Bill Burr was like, I'm going to put this thing together. Was he stoked to promote you or? Like?
Yeah, for sure. It's the homie. He's been a homie for a minute, and he's like, damn, this guy doesn't have a special. He's been doing it, just as long as I have, and he's funny. He doesn't have a special. I'm like, all right.
You were waiting to do that, huh? You're like, I'm gonna force someone. It's like when I try to make a girl break up with me. Like, I'm just gonna be bad enough as a boyfriend so she breaks up with me. You're like, I'm gonna make someone else make my special.
No. I've been wanting a special, but here's the honest truth. I was gonna shoot one we shot it in December, but I was gonna shoot one last year myself. Mm-hmm. So I started prepping. You know, Aristotle, the theorist.
Yeah,
he was gonna be the director.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of special lately.
Yeah. So me and him started scouting events, and I saved some money, and we were going to shoot it. And then Bill hit me up, and it was great to be like, Aristotle, there's even more of a budget now with a legit agency, a legit company.
Yeah.
And we can have it as a network for it now.
Yeah.
So, so we got to do it, Aristotle taking a chance of like just, all right, because Aristotle was like, man, you should have a special too. And I'm a director, so I'll do it. So then everything just came together. So he still got I didn't like just be like, hey, man, I got some money now, Aristotle. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You included him on it and kept things going.
Yeah, because he's a good director, yeah.
He is.
He's an asshole, but he's a good director.
Is he an asshole? He's a good dude.
Yeah, I mean every good dude has their flaws. He's an asshole.
Everyone's a little asshole. He's more of a moody bitch than an asshole.
Yes, moody bitch. There you go. Yeah.
Because I've known Aristotle for 10 years, and I'm like, I've never seen him be an asshole, but I've seen him be a moody bitch.
Yeah, my bad. You're not an asshole, moody motherfucker.
And he will listen to this. I will force him to listen to this.
Yeah. But he's a really good director, and we worked it out.
Is.
And you watch it, you'll be like, wow, they made this happen.
I remember
with
when
Al Magical too, and Mike Bolatelli, and
Al's great
staff
too.
Everybody at All Things Comedy.
I remember when you were talking about prepping for a special on, I don't even remember, it was another podcast like a year ago.
Oh, right.
And I was listening to it, and you were talking about like the stresses of prepping for it. So I've been like kind of loosely yeah, well, you were just talking about like and I'm paraphrasing, so I'm putting words in your mouth, so you can correct me, but you were talking about like the stresses of like preparing for it and how you have to get in the mindset, and that you didn't like doing like some of the work was like annoying to do, like homework or whatever. And
I did.
Yeah.
I might have said it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's like a year ago at least, so.
Yeah, I don't know. So, and then what did you get from that anyway?
Oh, all I got from that was excitement. Like, oh, Ian's doing a special. And then so over the course of the last year, when I've been talking to you, I've been stoked. Like, I don't know. You're one of those people that you just get stoked to be like, oh, what's he up to? And there's people. I came into comedy about 12 years ago.
Don't brag.
And there's certain people. Brag. I should be in a much better spot in this industry after this line. It's more embarrassing.
Hey man, you got me to come into this room.
Yeah, it's pretty good
in North Hollywood.
But you've always been one of those cool dudes that when I even first started, that was you treated newer comics, rookie comics, with respect and being a cool dude, and that was always cool. So then
that was a mistake.
For sure. Then you had too many boogers hanging onto the back of your pants, but over time, like it just makes the newer dudes who stay in the industry that much more like, oh, I know that guy. That guy's cool, and so that it's just like knowing an athlete or whatever else. You just get more vested in people's careers. Where you're like, oh, I want to see what Ian's doing, and you start imagining like, oh, he'd be really good on a TV show. I want to do this thing, and Ian would kill it at this, and
that's
so
good.
like
that's good to know.
Oh yeah, dude. And so watching you. Or at least communicating with you and hearing through the grapevine, through your tweets and whatever else, like, oh, he's doing his special, like it's coming through. Yeah. It's just kind of a fun behind-the-scenes documentary mental experience for comedy fans, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. So can we talk any more about the special, or is it all top secret till it comes out?
No. It's coming out July 12th, and you can ask me anything you want about it because because you wanted me to do this podcast earlier. I was like, we should wait until it's close to the time that it's going to come out, and so we can talk about everything and including that. So yeah, it's just there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of people putting out specials. I wanted this one to stand out, so it's shot and pulled off in a certain style that you won't see in other specials. You know what I mean? And I think people should check it out, and would love to hear their opinion on it. And even when I'm watching it in editing, still love it. You know what I mean? And still laugh.
Oh, it's so good.
And
like watching yourself, you're able to like let go and just be like, "Hey, man, I like this."
Yeah, this is fun. I did this right. This is right. There's some mistakes in it, like two or three minor ones, but I don't know if anybody will notice it. I noticed it.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah,
you're gonna know.
But it's a good special, man. Like for your first special, I just want people to see it. To see what their reaction is going to be to it.
I think that even you just saying like it's
because it's
you
not
shot-
done typically.
Yeah, I think that's amazing, and that's one of the cool things I love about like some of the chances people are taking nowadays is that they're doing stuff where it's like, oh, I can be creative here. Like, there's like you know the box, but you can totally think outside it.
Yeah, and I think I made the right creative choice, and it was scary because even the night before I was like, man, I should just go tell them we should just shoot it regular. But then the venue we're in is set up for the way we shot it.
You were locked in,
and it wasn't even locked in. I was just said, fuck this shit, because I didn't want to mess it up on the night of.
Yeah,
you know, because I hadn't had a lot of time rehearsing it the way that we shot it. I'd just done it as straight material.
Yeah,
and I rehearsed 2 times that day, and I still wasn't sure if I could pull it off the next day. But I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
That's the experience. I mean, how long have you been doing stand-up?
A long time, over 20 years easily.
Over 20
like
years
way
easily.
over it, yeah.
That's a man who's been doing stand-up for 45 years
Not
right
that
there,
long.
folks. I'm just joking.
50 years.
No, dude, like, I don't know. It just makes me more excited to see it now. That
65
you're like,
years.
65 years.
70.
I've been doing stand-up since a long time.
Before I was born.
Yeah, that's the hardest way to, It's easy to get stage time when you're in the womb.
Yeah.
Well, okay, when you were a kid, did you want to be a stand-up or?
No, I didn't even think of it at all.
Where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up?
Yeah. For our listeners.
I grew up
Paint
in
a picture.
England till I was 9, and then Jamaica till I was 17, and then New York.
What was your favorite place out of those 3?
All of them. All of them were, I guess, perfect for the time that I was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of them, and I enjoyed living in California too. So, I think every place I moved to was just the right time. You know,
That's a great
enjoy
way to
that
look at
place. Yeah.
So when you were younger, what did you want to do? When you got
Be a
older?
soccer player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I even today have a podcast called The Soccer Comic Rant.
Yep.
Where I cover the Premiership and the Premier League season. So the Premier League season starts again around August 4th-ish or 3rd, and then we're back in. And we do it at All Things Comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's available for download listeners. Okay, so you wanted to play soccer. Tell me about like how you got into stand up then. This is exciting for me.
How I got into stand up. So I came to the US when I was like 17. And you come and you don't have any friends, you have your family.
Mm-hmm.
Your immediate family, but you don't have any friends. You have to make friends. It was easy to make friends with the 5 Jamaican people at the high school because we had a lot of shit in common. They needed friends too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I made number 6 to them, and they made 5 easy friends for me. It was maybe 10 of them.
Yeah.
So, and then started doing that. But then you have to branch out, meet other people. And I was working at this Burger King, and there was a guy there. His name was Greg Ellis. He was a DJ. He knew everything about music, and he could sing. And the motherfucker was just funny as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked the shifts with him, and it was just fun. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was almost like a treat to go to work because you just know you're gonna laugh. And I'm like shell shocked. Like I've been in America a few years, and I'm shell shocked. And I'm trying to
just trying to adjust to American culture, or
just to everything.
Yeah.
Like finding friends, the weather, food, the way people respond to you. Because now when you talk to anybody, you're not just getting a normal response back from them. You're a foreigner. You know what I mean? Or you just, everything is new. Like I've seen it all on TV, but everything is new. Like sports are new. Food is new. It's not the same diet.
Oh yeah.
Like if I talk to a black person, it's in Jamaica, it's a black person that can mostly relate to me. But I speak to a black person in America, they're American, and we've grown up for all our lives, for the most part, differently.
Yeah.
So
you don't even have that bond of
so
like, there's another black person. He knows what it's like. It's like he doesn't know what it's like.
That bond. You have to like start living and have the experiences as a black American to like, as the time goes by, then you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know some of the history, but not all. But then there were a few universal things. Some were sports, so I got into like American sports like football and basketball. And once I started, so that take a few years too. So you can start like seeing playoff games and getting excited and being able to relate to people. On that
I still
level.
don't even know how football goes.
Yeah,
yeah, totally.
And
it takes a bit.
Yeah, it takes a bit. And then there's music. That's a way to relate to.
Oh yeah.
And then when I was watching Greg, performing on the broiler, you know what I'm saying? From the back of the broiler, just killing it. I was like, oh, your sense of humor. Like a sense of humor will help you get along with people better and make more friends and just improve your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, laugh in the face of all the crazy shit in life, too.
Yeah. And it'll help you just deal with all this sensory overload that I've been going through since I got here. And then and make fun of it and analyze it and just joke around. So then I started doing that. And it's like a few years later, still at that Burger King, that now I'm in full like clown mode. Yeah. Greg doesn't work there anymore, but I'm just like,
did you take his spot?
I took his crown.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying?
He handed you the comedy torch. Like, I'm going to be gone now.
Handed me the Burger King comedy.
You got to entertain all these people on the fry line.
Yeah, I'm moving on to a better life.
So were you like dry and not being? Were you just really serious for those 2 years that you're shell shocked? Were you like even by yourself? You weren't like laughing in your head like this motherfucker,
no,
like this.
You know what it's like. You ever been depressed, but you didn't know you were depressed until you became undepressed, and you're like, oh shit, I guess I was depressed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or you just something lifts.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, I guess I was.
I guess I wasn't living in joy and grace.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I recognized that there was an ingredient missing from my life that I wasn't conscious or as conscious as I could have been about. And once that hit me, I was always conscious about being funny from that moment.
Oh,
or experiment, because I was like, in Jamaica, I was funny, I was comfortable as a kid. In England, I was funny, I was comfortable as a kid. In America, it's just a lot. There's also lots of shit going on too. There's crime. There's there's good shit. There's bad shit. There's just everything. Just everything that's just everyday normal shit to you.
Yeah.
Like there's racism. I came from a black ass country. There's growing up in Jamaica up until I was 17.
Yeah.
Like nobody ever called me nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just there's just good shit, bad shit, medium shit. Everything is new.
Yeah.
So a sense of humor just cuts through everything, and it helps you just deal with everything, and it just changes you inside and out.
Yeah.
And your outlook on everything, and it's a great ingredient for everything. So then I started doing that, and then somebody one day I was clowning when the drive-through. Taking drive-through orders was almost like was my first microphone, and I would always like joke around. And then one customer pulled around one day, and he was like, "Hey man, did you just take my order?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're funny, man. You should do comedy." And as soon as he said that, boom, like it just like there was no question.
Yeah.
There was no.
That was the one. Boing, like they put a coin in you, and you're like,
yeah.
"I'm a comedian."
Then I switched on again. That thing that hit you, that instinctually that said, this is, and it sounds corny, but this is a message. This is what you're supposed to do. Like I've heard a lot of shit from a lot of people, but usually when somebody says the thing that I'm supposed to listen to, I know how it feels when it hits me.
Yeah.
And there's no denying that's the thing. So that was one of those moments.
It's like orgasmic. You can't you're like, no, that was it. I know what it is. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, so, I gave him their food. He drove off. I never seen him again. Couldn't tell you what he looks like, but I took that stranger's advice.
Oh, so then how'd you put it into action? Yeah.
I started I already knew stuff that I say was funny so then now I started listening to comedy albums. And then also, I would, every time I said something funny to somebody, I would check mark it in my head, write it down later.
Well, that's a good one. I'm keeping that one.
And then, and I would retry it on people.
Yeah.
Or when anything new that made somebody laugh, write it down. I had first set, I had like 6 or 7 jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had been like conversationally tested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had like a little set, and I started visiting open mics, not participating, visiting at Governor's in Long Island.
Yeah.
And then I picked a night, and then I was going to go up.
So you studied and watched for a bit without it ever going up.
I went to like three shows or something like that, 3 mics. Yeah, just to see how the club operated, how to get on, watch the show. I don't even know if I paid or anything.
That just sounds like that sounds like what an intelligent person does in comedy. I literally was like, "Give me that mic," and then I was like, "I don't know what the fuck I'm doing."
That's one way to do it.
I think the smart way though is to be like, "Let me have a look. See how does a man cast his line?" Like instead of just give me the. I want to fish. I can fish.
But I wasn't looking at the best fisherman.
Yeah, for sure.
I learned some bad habits.
For sure.
Yeah, but the professionals, I'd watch their specials or listen to their albums, and then you go to see where to scout out where I was actually gonna participate in this thing, and that was going to the Governor's.
What was the first set like?
I think it put a stamp on me that has impacted me to this day, because I don't invite people to shows, like friends and family, to this day. But I think it all goes back to then, because the first show I did invite people. A lot of people came from Burger King and shit like that, and then and just like friends, and they came to the mic. It was my turn to go up, and all the time that I'd been going to the mic, I'd been off stage watching from the audience, and I never went on stage. Then the guy introduces me, and when I get on there, the stage lights hit me, and they are blinding.
Oh yeah, they're so bright.
They're so bright, and
you don't even understand unless you do it.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that from watching it in the audience, and then that froze me.
Yeah,
and that also let me understand why cops shine their lights on you when they pull you.
It actually has a physical, psychological effect where you're like,
if you can't see, you don't move.
Deer in the headlights.
Yeah, you're deer in the headlights. Because why would you move? You don't want to bump into anything. You're not sure what's going on. It's the safest thing to do. Like your system just tells you, don't move right now. So I was frozen. I couldn't get the jokes out. I was stumbling over lines when I did try, and everything was messed up. And I was bombing. I'd do jokes and people wouldn't even know it. I'd said a joke and then move on to the next bit. But then I pulled it together and said the last joke correctly, and people laughed. And I said to myself, all right, that's it. I just have to stop being nervous and say these jokes right, and I can do this. So that one bit at the end when I finally pulled everything together, I think it was a joke about a car, having a shitty car, and I pulled one joke of it together. I was like, all right, I can do this. Just
like you got to laugh.
Yeah.
So even in that first experience of being on stage for 3 to 5 minutes?
Yeah, because I knew why I wasn't getting the laughs. I knew I was nervous.
Yeah.
I knew I was frozen. I knew I was fucking the jokes up.
Shit, that took me 8 years to figure that part out. Why did they laugh at that? I thought it was funny. Yeah. Dude, you figured out the first time on stage, like, all right, here's what's going wrong.
Doesn't mean I was going to get it right for the next few years, but I knew what to work towards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Great.
Getting on stage, getting less nervous, getting kinks out, talking to. But then from then, I never really invited anybody that I knew to shows. It was rare.
Yeah, and still to this day.
I said, see what happened when I invite people? So fuck people I know. I'm good with strangers. Yeah, it
does make it comfortable. I do like. There is something I love about road gigs that I hate about doing spots in town. In fact, I can't stand doing spots in town these days. It's just not my thing. But I love just going to a Midwestern place and be like, "What's up, guys?" and reinventing myself. These people don't even know me. Oh, it's so exciting to just be around. It's like meeting someone and sleeping with someone that you don't really know.
These people get the best you. You've taken your beatings in town.
Yep.
You've learned how to be a comic. Nobody there has seen you do bad. There's no subconscious memory.
Yep.
You're taking what you're there.
And they're enthusiastic because they're not used to every day being like, it's more stand up. They're like, please, thank you for coming to our town. We're so excited. Okay, dude, let's let's get into this fantasy house. That's a beautiful story. Thank you.
So you're going to ask me the questions?
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and
all right, cool. I'll have to look at this email.
I love
this
it.
text.
You're going to follow through your notes on the text.
Hey, I didn't write anything.
I didn't want you to write anything.
Barely read it.
Don't even stress it.
Yeah.
You can make some of the stuff up on the spot, Ian. If it's fun.
I have no choice.
Okay, that's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't do shit.
This is the house of no homework.
Yeah.
So, what kind of let's say I'll say what would you, as if we're going to design it together right now. What geographic location would you have this at? And it can be anywhere. It could be realistic, or you can be like it's on Mars. Like it can be anything you want in your imagination.
I'm not fucking with Mars no more.
Okay,
so that's out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
no more.
And I don't want to get into that, you know. But she knows who her green ass is, so we're not doing that. Don't worry about it, bro.
Oh, dude.
There's only 3 chicks on Mars. If I mention one name, it's just going to be problems, bro. So,
well, I don't want to. I'm not releasing an episode that's going to cause you any problems.
I'm just saying I didn't say her name, and I don't know how far this podcast broadcast to.
I am not a planet wrecker. Yeah, I don't want to get in there at all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Where would you like your fantasy house to be located?
This will probably be detrimental to my comedy, but Pacific Palisades.
Nice.
On a cliff overlooking the ocean.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
What time of day am I coming to visit? In the day, the afternoon, the evening, sunset?
Day's good. Sunset's too romantic. So evening's good. Get home from work, have a patio or something, like a balcony and shit, and just sit out there, have some drinks, laugh and shit, do this podcast, stare at the ocean.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. So evening time, imagine I'm showing up like MTV Cribs, me and a crew, like, hey, what's up? And you answer the door. What's your house? What's it look like to me? Like,
well, first you got to take your shoes off.
You got it.
Yeah. And
shoes are off.
And it's a modern house.
Okay.
Yeah. Modern. Yeah.
So was that modern, like minimalist or like a unique shape? And, you know,
I like the boxy.
Yeah.
The rectangular, boxy, modern, style.
Yeah.
And what's the other question you asked me?
I was just thinking what it looks like from the outside, but you just painted that picture for us. It's got that modern look. Mm-hmm. So it's either like a lot of times I see with modern houses, they'll do like cement style, like texture on it, or they'll do like a light, like a white color on them with like a lot of black finishes and like things like that.
I think I'll color it up. Like I've seen some adventurous moderns where
that's what I want. Yeah.
They're different colors besides just the cement or the black and white. You can have greens and orange. Just really perfectly done with different colors that are different but that all match each other.
It's coordinated. It's like a theme. But okay.
And the lawn interplays with the structure itself to
like where it will have grass that goes like to the roof or something like that, or
or it just have like a succulent yard or something. Like that. You know what I mean? Save some water.
Yeah, save some water.
Yeah, save some water. Let's do that.
All right, so
wood chips or gravel.
Dude, they do. There's California gold, which is like that like grainy, like it's like giant sand or like it's almost like granite ground up.
Yeah,
and then they'll have succulents growing out of that. Ooh, boom. That looks so nice, and you don't have to water it.
Thank you for designing my front yard. Appreciate that.
I'm the architect here.
I want a modern in Palisades. I got to save money somehow,
right?
So the less water, the more money I save.
It's good for the environment. You don't have to worry about a sprinkler system, no water bill. Perfect. I like how you're frugal, even in the fantasy realm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You got to be. I don't want to go, run out of, can't afford any more dreams.
You got to fantasy retire one day, right? You can't just start throwing it around.
Yeah, can't use it up all now.
It's another podcast called Fantasy Mortgage Debt.
Yeah.
I got a second loan on my home, and I'm pretty bummed about it.
Dream too big.
You dream too big. Yeah. Okay, so I took my shoes off. I'm at the front door. What's the entrance of this place like? What do we got for flooring and in the hallways?
Maybe I'll mix it up and I'll have, some of the floors wood, some of the cement. Come in. Just like is that a foyer when you just come in a house? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a nice foyer that leads into like a living room, dining room / kitchen area, open kitchen.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
HGTV, open kitchen.
Open kitchen.
You can see everyone while you're cooking.
Yeah, because I don't trust whoever's going to be cooking for me, so I can watch them. You know what I'm saying? Just try to poison me and get the money in my will. Keep an eye on your ass. This is like Subway. I can see you.
The sandwich. This is your sandwich artist over there.
Yeah.
What's okay? So I guess starting if your foyer leads to your like living room and kitchen, what's that living room look like? What's it got in it? Couches, TVs.
It's got a nice couch, nice rug. You know, like because I still want it to be cozy, even though it's modern.
Yeah.
Fireplace, maybe one of those fireplaces that is like. So then maybe there's a master bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So the fireplace is when it's lit, it heats, and you can see it in from the master bedroom.
Oh yeah,
you can see the fire in the master bedroom, from the master bedroom, and in from the living room. Yeah, one of those.
And then people can watch you from the living room. They can be like,
no,
"Hey, the fire's out. Look at this."
There's a way to. There's a way to. You know, like there got to be something I can pull and block that off.
I had to throw a perv in there just for you to
it's all good.
Just for,
Yeah.
I got to give you ideas.
I'm not an exhibitionist, but for Airbnb the house out and those people are, then fine.
Yeah, you got to let them know. There's a lot of perv potential in this house. If you guys wanted to rent it out for your exhibition,
as
parties.
it should be. Yeah,
good as it should be.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do the couches look like and like the material? I want to imagine sitting down on that couch and sitting in front of the fire.
I can't imagine the material right now, but just imagine like just comfort. You know what I mean? Like not too narrow. You know, you can put your feet on the floor, but wide enough. Like you could take a comfortable nap or sleep on it.
Oh yeah,
and roll over and not bust your skull on the cement floor if you fell off in the middle of the night.
It's a practical couch rather than just being a minimalist, like tiny little strip of pad. You're like, you're cozy. Your friends can chill out on it and catch the fire and whatnot.
Yeah, you could get it going on there and then take it into the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, all right, let's go into the bedroom before we go back to the kitchen. Now, then, what's your bedroom like?
It just has to have a nice view, so maybe I could somehow see the ocean from there. Have a balcony, on the balcony have like a table set up where if I wanted to eat out there, have breakfast out there. That could go down.
Dude, breakfast on a balcony?
Yeah.
I love, when I see...
Next level. Takes eggs to the next level.
It really does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. When eggs start getting boring, you know why they're boring?
Yeah. You've been eating your eggs inside.
That's right.
Take them outside to our ocean view eggs.
Oh, huevos de balcones or something like that. Yeah. See? Ocean view eggs, dude. Yeah. That really is the way to eat, is on a balcony, indoor or outdoor. Yeah.
Yeah, outdoor eggs, baby.
I love eating outdoor.
Yeah.
I love it. If you have like a backyard or anything in any house, I'm always like, why are we in my in-laws' house? They have like a really great view. And I'm like, what are we doing eating inside?
In whose house?
In my in-laws, my wife's parents' house.
Yeah.
They have a really great view. They're on like the top of a hill, and like, and I'm like, let's eat outside, and we do sometimes in the summer. But I would eat out there every night.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Okay, so you have a balcony with a great view. I'm assuming giant window there, since you're on cliffside and you want a view. Your master bedroom's got to have a great window. Do you have carpet or hard floor in your bedroom?
Definitely got some. I probably got a nice huge ass rug.
Huge ass rug,
but on a hardwood floor.
Okay, hardwood, nice. Okay, what kind of bed you got?
Probably king size, and just maximum comfort. If
you said a twin size, I'll probably king size.
Get the two twins.
The two twins.
Why not two twins, baby? Sometimes you push them together, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, you could. You could.
Make a full. Sometimes you push them together, make a full.
So press a button, they go together, and then when you're done, you go like, all right, good night.
You could press them, they separate, you could press it, they make a full, you can make a queen, you can make a king. It's a one press button fits all.
One press button fits all bed.
Yeah, there you go.
That's perfect. I'll take one of those. That sounds good. What kind of sheets you got? What's the pattern and the material? I know I asked the weird questions, Ian, but it's just fun.
No.
Paints the picture.
I don't know a lot about sheets. I probably.
I know it's such a weird pressure to put someone in.
No,
what kind of sheets you got, Ian?
I know what I do. Whoever I'd be dating somebody with style and at the time that could help me do all that shit. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that you let your lover into your fantasy house to help design this.
Yeah, why not?
She doesn't even...
One of my lovers. It's a fantasy, so I'd probably... One of my lovers would know about sheets, and we'd go sheet shopping. Yeah.
And then
and then we test the sheets out.
Does she help you just with sheets that you use with her or with everybody?
No, for everybody. It's
Oh.
a fantasy, so everybody.
It's a fantasy, so all of your lovers get along.
Yeah,
they're not jealous of each other.
No.
Everyone's respectful.
Right. This is utopia. We don't have no time for jealousy.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's everybody just love each other. You know what I'm saying? And this fantasy, we're not bringing that outside world shit in here.
I
It's
agree.
just like, yeah, man.
It's just a joy and companionship.
Yeah,
and
get sheets for everyone.
Get sheets for everyone.
Yeah.
If you take listeners, if you take anything away from this episode, get sheets for everyone, and
Yeah.
you know what we mean.
Yeah, you know what it is.
It's a metaphor. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else in your bedroom that we need to know about? Anything fun?
Just that it leads into the master bathroom.
Yeah.
And it probably got 2 sinks, even though I'm living single. And one of those showers that has a bench at the end, so if you could just chill.
I just started getting into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sitting down in the shower.
Yeah, sitting down in the shower. And maybe you could also have a steam room button.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could do that type of shit. And then also a separate, like, kind of whirlpool-y bathtub section that's
Yes.
separate from the shower. Yeah.
I think the steam room thing is like it's become part of my like to-do list,
Oh,
goal
right.
list, not even for fantasy, but just for like I'm like I need a sauna at home. I need a steam room. Like
Yeah.
it's so good. It's I mean it's so great. You just wake up and you just chill out of that, or after a workout,
Right.
and then even when it's boiling hot, you go in that thing, and
Yeah.
then when you get out, you're like, man, I feel
Yeah, at least
freaking-
psychologically, which is very important for health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dig it. What's the colors in there and like themes of materials?
I don't know, but they match perfectly. They all match perfectly. It's
Everything's
just
coordinated.
Coordination is the key, but different colors that coordinate together. Yeah.
Give me an example. Any like if you had to pick, like if you're hiring a designer and you're like, and your designer's like, okay, yeah, I can make it coordinate, but you just got to pick one. Like there's got to be a theme color, like a main color that all the colors.
I
have to
just
follow.
want my spot to look like I'm at some lavish hotel.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, sometimes you stay in a hotel and then you go, shit, I got to go home
Oh yeah.
and leave this niceness. But I want to be like, I want to come home to a fucking hotel.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, shit, I got to go to a hotel. It's the reverse depresses me.
It's the best. That's when you know you've
Yeah.
done it. You've done it right, and you built a good habitat. Is when you're like, I don't want to stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
I'm comfy where
I'm
I'm
flying
at.
back tonight and come back to my home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
I went into a home recently, and it was a like a luxury home, and the bathroom was, I can't even describe it. It was like being on in a Little Mermaid scene at Disneyland.
Oh,
but it
word.
was badass. I loved it. I was like, I feel like, and it was really tall too. The mirror was really tall, and like, but it wasn't cheesy. I know it's very hard for me to describe this properly, but the lighting was perfect. All the materials were perfect. It had seashells and stuff like that kind of theme, but not like in a cheesy, goofy, my aunt designed it kind of way, but like in a really, really well done way. And I was like, man, like you feel like you were in an upscale, rad hotel or restaurant that really someone was passionate about this room.
Right.
And it's just a bathroom. I mean, you're literally going there to shower or go, but you're in there and you're loving it.
I want my bathtub to hold 5 and be, almost deep enough that I have to hire a lifeguard. Is that cool? Can I do that?
You
Can I afford that?
No, I think you
I gotta
need-
check. I gotta check with my fantasy accountant.
I think we need to push it. I think you do need a lifeguard in your bathroom. That's too fun.
I
Someone-
can't. I can't be responsible for people drowning during their bath. So I need a lifeguard.
you don't need a fantasy lawsuit. Fantasy manslaughter is nothing to joke
Yeah,
about.
fantasy manslaughter is not a game, bro.
It's not a game. All right, well, let's go check out the kitchen. Let's go into this kitchen. All right, so if we walk out we walked out of your bedroom, walk through that living room with your sweet couch and your multiple, what do you call it, the fireplace that goes to both spots, and we see your kitchen because it's an open concept. What are we looking at?
I mean, you're gonna see stainless steel fridge. You know what I mean? Fridge freezer combination.
Why is that? Just because it's got like stainless steel? Is it big or is it like? Is it
It's just what's
clean?
in right now.
Yeah.
It
is very. It's very clean.
Yeah, it's very clean and fits in with the modern minimalist look.
Yeah.
And then maybe an island. And I don't know if the stove is a part of the island or on the wall. I haven't decided yet. But that and there's some open space you can walk around and sink probably over by the wall. You can cook and it should work like an iPhone. If iPhone was a kitchen, so if somebody's cooking, they can everything is where it should be, but just clean. You know what I mean?
I'm imagining very
clean lines.
I'm imagining very clean lines, very minimalist. Like there are certain modern kitchens nowadays that there are the tops of cabinets and whatever are either glass or like acrylic.
Yeah.
Like you don't even see handles for a lot of things. Like you press it and it opens up. Refrigerator blends in everything. So when you're not cooking and you're done, it's like this flush, like almost like a what do you call it? Like an Apple store designed it with an island in the middle.
You could hide from Germans in there. You know what I mean? They wouldn't know where the handles were.
The Germans wouldn't know where the handles were. And God knows, as a Jew, I understand that one real well. You can hide from the Germans in there? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take 2.
I'll take them both. I need them now. You never know when you're hiding from Germans.
You can make as much noise as you want. They can hear you. You just can't figure it out.
That's even better. As a loud Jew, I would never, by the way, Anne Frank would have been so pissed at me. I would have never, the first day they would have been like, Shefsky, what the?
She wouldn't have got to page 1 with you in there.
I almost did a spit take right now.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Ian. That's the best.
Just saying, it's just how that's how I would describe it to my architect, so he'd know how to make everything seamless.
Yeah, that's a great way to really get your point across. All right, so let's go to. Do you have a backyard? Because I know you're cliffside, but you could have a backyard on the side of it.
Yeah, on the side. Yeah, for sure.
What's in this backyard? What does it look like?
Definitely like a deck out there with, patio stuff and covering so that you could chill out there any time of the day in the heat and just feel like you're at a hotel pool, a mini hotel pool situation going back there. I want the whole thing. I want the whole home to feel like a vacation. You know what I mean?
So when you're home, you're able to chill.
And you have people over, and they look forward to coming over and hanging out, and just it's all like fun and recreation. Do you
think that like you're feeling like you're saying your home feel like a vacation? Do you think that's because I'm just thinking of this now because how long you've been doing comedy and you travel so much that traveling for a non-comic or a person that doesn't have to travel as much as you have to travel for their profession, they want to leave for their vacation. But for you, like your vacation's like, no, my vacation's when I don't have to go to work.
Love it when they're home.
Yeah,
because you have to, you love comedy, but traveling wears on you. So
it's a lot of work, a lot of stress, and sleep changes.
Sleep changes, time zones and stuff. So when you get home, you really want to be able to enjoy your home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, to be honest, once I left New York, moving to California has always kind of felt like a vacation because I never thought I would ever live here. And my idea of California has always been through movies, and movies are kind of fantasy-based.
Yes,
so then living in California for maybe the first 14 years that I was here just felt like a vacation, Even though I was working and doing stuff, it's just like, when it's 90 degrees in February, like shit is just not real.
I'm almost like envious of. I mean, I'm super great. I grew up here. I'm super grateful for it. I mean, I grew up in the suburbs. I didn't grow up out in the fancy spots out here. But like, I really, I don't know what that feels like because I'm like I've always been here. So like when I go to the Midwest where they have heavier weather, I'm like, this is so cool.
I mean, that's
like,
cool
it's
too.
Hailing. Oh my god,
it works for you in the reverse.
Yeah.
So you still
I still kind of feel what it's like.
Still
But yeah, I get what you're going for. I'm gulping what you're pouring, dog. Yeah, dude, that's so cool. But it got me excited when you were talking about like feeling like you're on a vacation at home, and I was just like, oh yeah, because Ian travels so much for work. Like I'm at the point in comedy too where I'm always like, man, I can't wait till I get to like do road dog stuff consistently. Like I get a gig and I'm like, when's that next one where I actually get to. But then, like, there's a point where you're like, now I'm doing it so much, I'm like, I don't want to go to the airport. Right. I don't want to wake up early or plan this thing. And so, yeah, that's so rad that your house is your vacation. Yeah,
you got to give some of these comics credit out here, like Delir and just Rogan and those guys. They just out there, like, working, man. It's like traveling and they're getting good money, but they're putting in the work. And they're not only just traveling, they're going with new material and, It's a lot of work, and there's Segura, just everybody, just Theo Vaughn, just everybody, just like, and other people I didn't name. It's a grind.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It looks again like Hollywood making stuff look like it's a fantasy. Like the glamour of it looks really rad when it's edited and the timing's really nice. And you're watching it like bam, 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 set up, punch. There's the story. I'm excited. But like when you're actually living it, you're like, oh, did I miss my flight? I have an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, like the craziness of having to get to a gig that's so far away, and you're like, the gig's in 3 hours. After we get there, if we get there on time, and do you ever do radio in the morning?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing? Like,
Yeah.
where it's like, you're tired, you're exhausted. It's like, and don't forget to be at the radio station.
Right.
Like, nah, motherfucker, I need to sleep in so I can be up and at 'em at 10 p.m. tonight when I'm on stage. Like, yeah, it's a lot. Okay, so that was my exciting point, jumping out of that. But getting back to it. So
Get back to my house.
Get back to your house, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're backyard's badass. Is there anything else in the backyard we need to see?
Maybe a fire pit, and maybe like a downhill section that's away, so you can sit out on some benches and shit and stuff like that.
That's great. So you got your like main backyard, then you still have like a little hideaway.
Yeah.
For peace and quiet or whatever you may want to do. Okay, let's go. Where else we got?
The weed section.
We got the what was it called? The weed section.
Yeah.
Just taking rips on a cliff.
Yeah,
Don't
there
go
you
over
go.
there. It's a hard fall. Do you do anything off that cliff where there's the water over there? Is there anything that's appeals?
Just like nature and shit like that, and maybe the water. Yeah.
Do you do any like water sports or anything like that?
No.
No surfing.
Can't swim. No.
Can't swim.
No.
Can't swim. No surfing. Okay. You can swim in your fantasy world just if you wanted to. Just like.
Yeah, but still not. No.
Still.
No. I'm good.
So let's go back to your garage.
Because then, what if I fantasy drown?
No,
then
you won't.
Then I'm
Ian.
not back here.
Ian, you have a fantasy amazing lifeguard. You're totally fine. It's a robot that follows you. You can go in the water. It fends off sharks and stingrays and jellyfish.
I don't know, bro. That's not. I don't know if I allowed room for that in the budget. So.
What's
fantasy budget?
Your fantasy budget. I could definitely spend it for you. My love of virtual reality and robots, I could accidentally spend it for you. So I will let you have the final say. We're not doing that. We're not having a fantasy lifeguard. Let's go to your.
No, we are, but we don't. We still don't. I don't swim. It's for other people. Yeah.
So I can still take a dip in the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ocean just belongs to everybody. It's free. Yeah.
But if I'm at your fantasy house, especially if we got inebriated in your little hideaway thing, I'm gonna be like, Ian, come on in, and you're like,
I've been around people that's been inebriated before, and I never did anything they wanted me to do.
Hey, you know what? This was just a test. I just wanted to make sure you were on it and true to yourself.
You're inebriated. I'm not going to listen to you.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, so let's go to your garage.
Garage. Do I have a car in there?
I hope so.
Yeah. Tesla, maybe. And maybe like a pickup truck so I can like haul like a Airstream or some shit. Or maybe a camper. Yeah.
But something where you can just go park and just chill somewhere new. Wake up somewhere fresh.
Wake up somewhere fresh,
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where would you go if you had an Airstream?
Just any one of these national parks in California. There's so many. It's just hit all of them. Hit them all up.
So great.
Yeah.
Have you been to any lately?
I think I went to Joshua Tree this year.
Oh,
but I need to, and I had the year pass for all the the parks, but I didn't use it. I need to hit up Yosemite, the redwoods. I need to hit up a lot of shit.
Have you ever been to Yosemite and seen those giant trees?
I've been to Yosemite because I had a show up that way, but we didn't like go in. We're kind of like the entrance, but I need to.
Just like what I'm talking about when you're traveling for work, when you're a comic, you're like, we don't have time to do that fun thing that people do on vacation. We got to leave, but I did go there.
Yeah.
Quote marks.
Yeah.
You got to see those giant trees. They are so dope.
No, I'm gonna check them out.
Inspiring.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you got a pickup truck, you got your Airstream, you got a Tesla.
Maybe somewhere you could just project a movie off the wall outside.
What movie would we be watching if we were sitting there right now with the Fantasy House crew, the film crew?
Maybe a Godfather, Rocky.
Oh, nice.
Just anything,
Oh, dude, yeah. That'd be great.
Any Godfather except 3.
Except Godfather 3.
Yeah.
Everyone's least favorite.
Yeah.
What would
Only, as a matter of fact, only Godfather 3. That's
what do you mean? You
On a loop.
sadistic motherfucker.
on a loop.
On loop?
Yeah, on a loop.
Oh, you
Godfather 3 and all the Rockies after 4. Besides the new ones.
Oh, this torture motherfucker.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, dude.
Instant bad classics.
He's like, we're watching Rockies and we're eating healthy choice ice cream.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a disgusting day. All right. What else? Anywhere else we got to see? Anything you got to show us before we leave? Any weird inventions or technology that I need to know about?
No, I can't tell you about those, but I do have them at the crib, though.
A fantasy. You and Kurt Metzger with the parts of the fantasy house like, oh no, we got him here, but you're not allowed to see him.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, we're here with the crew.
We're not fools, man. You're not gonna. I saw how Steve Jobs came up with, invented the Mac, and they went on a tour at Xerox.
Yep.
And they showed them the whole operating
ideas.
System. And now you're not getting into my secret room, bro.
Isn't that crazy how that shit works in our world? Where you're like, and then they were rewarded with all the success.
Yeah.
Pretty trippy, right?
Yeah.
Like, where's the karma?
It worked
there?
out for us.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, but yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like you don't have the access. You don't have the, what do they call that?
No, it's clearance.
The
Access.
clearance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time to the house, you want clearance.
I respect that. I respect that we don't have
Jeez.
clearance. I teased you about it.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say Metzger had this room where he was like, he says that it was an ISIS room, and I was like, so I can't go in there unless you want to get have your head chopped off. And I was like, what the fuck? You have a room in your house? I'm going to get murdered for going in? And then now you have stuff where you're like, oh no, you don't have security
Classified.
clearance. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're on Fantasy House, dog. I need to know about your special blender or whatever
It's
you got.
Area 51, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
Can't
yeah.
come in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You know your house is big when you have an Area 51 in it.
That's fair enough,
Yeah.
but I'm not leaving until I get something to drink, smoke, or a sandwich or some sort of food that someone's making at this house.
Yeah, I got the gourmet kitchen set up. So
Yeah, what would you cook?
me, I mean, I'm not cooking in my kitchen.
Why not?
Have one of the people who work for me do that.
Oh, so you have a staff at this house.
I want to employ people.
Oh, that's very cool.
Give them something, barely anything to do, but when they do it well.
Like a balanced level of employment where it's like, I make
Yeah.
you feel useful, I'm giving you money, but I'm also not just like
Yeah,
just
you're good at
grinding
and
you
you're good
down.
at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your chef going to cook us?
I mean, what do you want? Because I'm vegan, so he's not going to make my shit.
I'll eat vegan food.
Vegan?
I'm
Yeah.
your guest, and I'm excited to I want you to host me. Tell me what you...
We'll just duplicate the menu at Sage. Fried artichokes, fried jalapeno poppers, buffalo cauliflower.
buffalo
wings,
cauliflower, love that.
And bunch of shit. We can make pizza. Different types of pizza, depends on toppings. You just put in your order, but the homie will hook it up.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have buffalo cauliflower, and
All
I
right.
will then have some vegan pizza.
No, boom.
I haven't gone wrong there.
No, you haven't.
I like that. All right.
Good choices.
Well, sweet. All right. Well, this has been a badass fantasy house.
Oh,
This has been a fun spot. It's been, I don't know, it's been kind of cool. It was really special getting to get your story too at the beginning of a stand up. I just that's exciting. That's I feel like it gives context to your house and your whole.
Yeah,
whole thing.
I live good in my head.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
you live good in your head.
Yeah, got it going on up there.
Oh, dude, where do you want people to look you up? Where can they check? You got your podcast, right? When's that coming
on
out?
Instagram at Ian Edwards Comic and on Twitter at Ian Edwards Comic, and Ian is spelled IAN, and you can go to IanEdwardsComedian.com. That has information about the special, my bio, and just links to my Instagram and all Twitter and all that other stuff. And my podcast is also there, and you could go to All Things Comedy to see the podcast. I don't want to give out too much information.
Yeah, don't.
Just because then it'll confuse. Just Soccer Comic Rant, iTunes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then when Ian's special comes out, you have to see that. We all have to
check
see
it
that.
out.
We got to
Yeah.
watch that. That's going to be great.
Yeah, that's going to be on a loop too, in the theater.
At your house, at your
the
fantasy
crib.
house?
Yeah.
Your special on the loop.
Yeah, yeah. So only that you're going to be dying to watch it after you saw all the bad Rockies.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's how you prep us? You're
Yeah.
like, my opener is the
Like-
bad Rockies,
Yeah.
so you know the special's going to kill.
Yeah, after you see Rocky 6, you're going to want to, you know what I mean?
That needs to be on the trailer on Comedy Central. They're
Yeah.
like, if you loved or hated Rocky 6,
Yeah.
you need to see Ian's new special.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for making the time in your schedule to come do this. It's
Oh,
very,
my pleasure, man.
very appreciated. Love any chance I get to hang out with you. It's a
Thanks,
blessing.
Shefsky.
So much. Hashtag blessed guest, guys. Check out Ian's stuff and give us a 5-star review on Apple Music, iTunes, and what have you. All right, guys. Mwah. Be silly, have fun. Peace.